What was the T.I. connecting like?
Oh, how that happened?
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Well, when I was when my other foot was out there, me and this guy Toomp, may he rest in peace. We used to get down, and he used to always tell me like, "Hey man, you know, I got a little cousin who could rap his ass off. So, man, we just got to keep him out of jail though. He always getting into he hard headed as hell, but you got to hear him too." So one time he just brought him. I saw him walking up the driveway, little skinny up, like he got wings. He was 19 then.
Yeah.
So I had my little 300 ZX system in there. So he had a cassette, man. He was like, yeah, you know, we sat out there in the driveway listening to it. And I was blown away, bro. His rap patterns, like all in between the beats. And this 1997 right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
he had bars.
Bars.
And he had bars.
Bars. I'm talking about Punchline City, like back to back. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
But at first it was him and the PSC. Right. And not to take nothing away from them. They were cool. But whenever his verse came, I was like, God damn, who was dude? He's like, yeah, that's me. So I ended up asking that 3 songs in a row. And that's why I finally hit stop. I eject the tape. I hit the stop button in the car. I was like, hey man, listen, your boys are cool, but we need to work on you. We'll come back and get them. Right now, I'm with you. Right. And so, man, we went to the studio, and I say the first song we did called VIP, Stay Down. I still got some of those on tape too. I wish I brought them with me. They cold, man.
Those are unreleased, right?
Unreleased, yeah. But those are the ones that got everybody attention, because I was running around the city thumping that like a sack, like I got the new out rapping all y'all. You know, of course, you know, you got Outkast, but as far as a solo rapper, right, bars, you know, then, you know, he's half New York, half Atlanta too, because this old man used to be up here. So I didn't learn that till later on.
Oh, say that again?
His old man used to stay up here.
Right. So he's half.
Yeah, half and half.
Yeah, that's a
Harlem.
Yeah. Harlem. And so, yeah.
You taking credit for that one? Okay.
So his ear was a little bit more seasoned than the average 19-year-old out of Atlanta. You know what I mean? Because he was listening to all the old school too. So that's why his patterns and everything, the way he just approached the beat was totally different from any artist. And I was working on like 3 or 4 artists at the time. Right. Before when we met. Man, I still love y'all. But man, when that dude came, when I met him, bro, when he came through, I had to put them to the side, man.
I call y'all next month.
Yeah, man. So I had my little studio set up. He'll come through, man, just written. I mean, I didn't have to record. I was able to just make the beats. But we would record somewhere else. But man, after about 3 or 4, after we did about 4 songs, I knew we had a chemistry, bro. And we started moving around with the little demo. And I recruited Jason Jeter to be his manager, because I was like, yo, I'm the producer. I'm not really a manager, but Jason was interning at Patchwork. He had just moved from New Jersey to Atlanta. Right. And after a few studio sessions, you know what though? Before Tip, I would say I did something for Jim Crow.
Jim Crow.
Jim Crow. Yeah. Yeah. And
how was that?
That was cool. A song called Bandits. Polo the Don, that's when he was rapping.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Group called Jim Crow. Yeah. Right. So that was Polo, dude named Motown, and who else? Damn, I can't think about the cat name. But yeah, Jim Crow. And
shout out to Jim Crow.
Yeah. And we was at Patchwork, so I used to see Jay reading books all the time. I'm like, damn, dude, you know, what's up? You in the industry? Are you trying to get into it? He's like, man, I'm thinking about management. I said, I got a little dude who you may want to manage. Right. So I introduced them to, man. We just started hanging out, hitting Buckhead every weekend, hitting all the clubs. I won't even say weekend, because it was somewhere to go almost every day of the week in Atlanta. Right. And so I just started, you know, taking them around with me, man, and people started getting more familiar with them. Man.
What was T.I. like back then?
See, a young player, seasoned. Like, I used to come out the club with a few numbers, but that boy there at 19, he was coming out. He was coming up. He was a little player now. Yeah, he was on this shit.
That's what's up.
We talking about before anything, just his game. Just, you know, he just had some slick shit to say. He's an old soul. Yeah. You know, he definitely got an old soul. Yeah. I can tell. Yeah. Shit, he was hollering. I mean, it's old school shit. You know, he's married and everything now. Right. But yeah, he was dating a grown ass lady back then. Yeah, at 19, driving a car and everything. He's a player now. Yeah, he's one of them dudes.
So,
But yeah, man, and
so from there, you got him to a level where he got the record deal.
Yes, sir. What happened? So after we recorded the songs, all of us had a copy, me, him, and Jason. So Jason called KP, because KP was the A&R at LaFace at that time.
Right.
And
Kawan Prather.
Kawan Prather, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kawan.
I remember having a meeting with that guy. I'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was real interesting.
Okay.
That's when I knew the South was definitely about to take over this whole shit.
Okay, right.
Because he sat in that meeting and he was like, all you New York niggas is nice. You got something else? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to be whack? What the fuck we supposed to do then?
That's how I came Prather too.
And I was like, yeah, this shit about to
we had something to say. Yeah, we had something to say. Look like Dre said, we had something to say. And Kawan, KP, he was with Parental Advisory at that time.
Right.
And so when Jason let KP hear the demo, he was like, oh my God, this little nigga's dope. He said, matter of fact, let's get him on one of PA records. So he got on one of PA songs and just went crazy. And shit, next thing you know, I think KP took it through all LaFace. He fell in love with it. We had a deal. That's when LaFace was still in Atlanta.
Right.
And that era right there, Atlanta was all right. We was all right for a minute. So Def played a major part. Shout out to JD.
Yeah.
But
JD,
when LaFace touched down in Atlanta, when L.A. Reid and Babyface set that label up in Buckhead, right on Peachtree, bro, that shit just took us to a whole nother level because we never had that type of access ever.
Right.
Like I say, the biggest label we had was So Def. Of course, you had Ichiban, but they was more of a distribution label.
Right.
But LaFace was that label. You walk in that building, come out with a check longer than your fucking arm. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Once we got that deal, you know, it went smooth. But then, of course, things started changing. That's when they.
No. A lot happened in between that time.
Yeah.
You made 24s.
Well, 24s was with Atlantic. That's when that's when the deal had basically fizzled out because we got released from LaFace Arista /
What happened? What was the problem?
Well, after KP left, it was really nobody in the building rah-rahing for us. You know what I mean?
Did he go to Columbia?
Well, we hit a few labels when we came up here. We did meetings.
No, KP. I think he went to Columbia next, right?
Yep, he did go to Columbia. Yeah, I think Sony. Was Sony Columbia? What was it?
Yeah, Sony.
Yeah. That's most likely that's when you.
Look at the that's where I ran into him.
Shit. Yeah, and so it was funny though, man, because when we came up here, we was talking to Mark Pitts, and you know, and we were basically like, you know, me, Tip, and Jason sitting in the office. We was it was shit, man. It might have been almost like 12 inches of snow when we came up here that time. And Mark was like, so what y'all want to do, man? Working on another album? We like, man, we really want to get off the label, dude, because we ain't getting no real support. No. You know, we down here with our mixtapes and shit. We doing shows off Dope Boys in the Trap. And that was the biggest song off that I'm Serious album, which was a great album, but it just went kind of, you know, with no push behind it, you know, no type of energy, man. It just kind of fell between the holes. But and they let us off the label, and that's when we went to. We did a meeting with Atlantic. All that shit happened in 1 week up here. We was moving around. And Atlantic gave us the deal that we were really looking for. Yeah.
Was he signed to your production?
Nope.
No. It was just a connection.
Just a connect. Yeah, I would. Even after reading the Donald Passman, I didn't learn. I didn't. And that was a chapter I didn't know.
You still didn't figure it out. It's all good.
I know now. Right. But yeah, because I'm officially supposed to be the third owner of Grand Hustle for real. You know what I mean? But like I say, we worked everything out. You know, everything was. You know,
they did right by you.
Executive. Yeah, I was executive producer on the first 2 albums. You know. Yeah.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.